This week on Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke, we spotlight guest Tracey Brown, who was a nutrition and fitness coach for 18 years before suffering a stroke in 2019. The following 5 years, Tracey ran on adrenalin, serving as a wellness coach for stroke survivors. Recently, Tracey was forced to slow down, sit in silence, and face her new normal. As a boisterous extrovert, she felt silence was deafening. Now that she's come out on the other side, Tracey shares her findings and hopes to motivate other stroke survivors. Tracey's story is entitled Moment of Silence. Thank you for joining us for part 2, Tracey Brown's interview.
Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke is made possible by our guests and tax-deductible donations from friends and listeners like you. Join us in empowering stroke survivors with stories of wisdom, purpose, connection, and hope at www.beyondstillness.org.
Hello and welcome to Beyond Stillness. Stroke offers a powerful, life-changing shift in perspective. Each colorful memory creates a parable for life's greater teachings, a compass for journeys ahead, and inspired wisdom for unique growth. This radio show, Beyond Stillness, offers an hour of pause for storytelling and reflection. Ultimately, Beyond Stillness is a welcoming environment that reveres the moment beyond stroke's paralysis. Still moments unite humanity and divinity. I'm your host, Molly Bucola. This week, we welcome guest Tracey Brown. She figured out a way to align her personal passions, interests, strengths with her professional life. For the past 23 years, Tracey worked in the wellness industry as a nutritionist and wellness coach. In 2019, at the age of 37, Tracey suffered a stroke. Today, she shares her recent setback and the revelations that followed. Her story is entitled Moment of Silence. Before we begin, we'll take a moment of pause. Tracey often asks, what makes you smile? So today, let us imagine the answer to that question for ourselves. What makes me smile? What makes me happy? What makes me healthy? And in this moment, I ask that you call to mind someone in your life that might need connection. Visualize their face and ponder what makes them smile, what makes them happy, what makes them healthy. And today, let's send them some love and light and offer them grace. And today, for the light that shines in us and the light that shines in others, we give thanks. Hi, Tracey.
Hi, Molly.
Glad that you're here with us today.
I am so happy that you had me. Yes.
Before your stroke, what did you know or think you knew about stroke and stroke recovery?
Okay, I was in the health and wellness industry. Stroke is for old, out of shape, and not bodybuilders, not as young as I am, with no prior health issues, and boom, stroke can happen to truly anyone at any age at any time, honey. So all that I thought I knew was nothing.
It's amazing that we think we know about strokes and then it happens to us and we're like, actually, I thought I knew, but I've learned a lot more. Have you met other people around your age that have had strokes?
Yes, and it is a beautiful thing. And I feel honestly so alive when I talk to them. I also met people that I would say, and I always say that look like me in a sense that so many people say, well, you don't look like you've had anything. Or their first initial is, you may have had the fake stroke or you may have had a small one because you didn't have any disabilities. Baby, I got all the disabilities, the twisted face, the left side, everything, the not being able to speak. But I took pride, and I always tell people the grace over my life is that God gave me the ability to get out of it. I took pride in saying, I will not be the statistic. I'm going to truly learn to get myself out of this and learn to live and love life in spite of my disabilities, guys. That goes back to where my passion comes from, why I speak and why I'm so loud about my healing and the testament of how I'm living, because I want y'all to do the same thing because we truly can.
Hmm.
I honestly said I was gonna make a collage of me in the coma and then me next to a bodybuilder right after, so people could be like, because they literally their initial is like, girl, ain't nothing really happening here. Then I have to go back to my phone and pull up and say, hey, this is the girl that couldn't walk. This is the girl that was in the coma. And it's for them to be like, well, maybe.
I love your passion. When speaking about the unknown in your story, you shared, I switched from relying on predictable circumstances to instead relying on my ability to adapt.
Absolutely.
Please share a few unpredictable circumstances that you've encountered in recovery and how you adapted.
Oh, Lord, to share a few unpredictable circumstances. Shoot, the biggest I'm thinking off the top of my head, the biggest is how I'm going to react when I get out in public. And that is, Tracey has never really adapted well to the cold. Tracey post-stroke, cold, and Tracey's left side, this blue, completely freezes up. So I could go from standing here completely, what people would say normal, hands down by my side, to nothing, to Tracey with the stroke arm and stroke hand, closed-fisted, elbows stuck and not moving. And I didn't notice I would do it in the beginning until a family member or a friend would be like, why are you holding your arm like that? And I'm like, what do you talk about? So basically my left side would go into fight or flight. It was so cold and my body doesn't like it. It would just freeze up and would go into the stuck arm. So it took people outside of me to be like, yo, or to be like, hey, we're about to be cold. Somebody else will grab my hand, like, because we turned into a joke, like, don't freeze that arm up. Don't let that arm freeze up or whatever the case may be. So that was my first initiative that popped to my head, is the unpredictable. I turned everything into a laughter. And I had to laugh at it like, oh, shucks, here we go. And we turned into a joke. Here we go with that arm. So I do use it as laughter, guys, because again, I'm alive. It's something that happens that I cannot control. I know it's a possibility that it may happen, so the thing is, I look at it as, yes, it happened, but don't let that happen to you. Don't let that happen take over you. So I know I get in the cold, my hand will go from straight to now, boom, stuck fisted. I'm not going to stay in that mindset. I'm going to start laughing and say, hey, somebody pull my arm down. Somebody warm me up so I can go back to being relaxed and being in a normal state of mind. So that truly is, I quickly, oh, here we go. Laugh about it and get myself out of it. I just do not like to stay in a funk. I cannot stay in it because once it's over with, we still got the ability to smile.
It's true. I love it. How about another unpredictable situation that you adapt to?
I love to go out to eat and I love to dance. So that going out to eat, I am a steak girl and I need my steak. But you think about a steak, when you go out to eat, you got to have somebody cut it. Tracey can't fit her left hand. I'm going to go and order a steak. And before I place my order in, I said, I need the chef to fillet it this way. If they can't fillet it, I don't want it. And the waitress always says, oh, well, waiter or waitress, I'll go check. I said, well, we're not ordering until you go check and make sure it's okay. They come back, yes, we can do that. Then, guess what? I'm totally fine. So I had to get out of that. hey, I can't go out in public and order this because I won't be able to cut it. Nope. I was like, it's either, so it's two ways I would do it. Have the waiter or the waitress go and ask, they come back. And if they say whatever, or sometimes before they would go ask a family member or somebody else, they're like, girl, I'm going to cut it. I'm already prepared to cut it. That's what I'm sitting next to you. But it is to take care of it before, so it doesn't feel like, hey, I can't do it or I can't order it because I won't be able to do it. No, I'm ordering it, guys. I'm still alive. I'm still going to enjoy life. And I'm going to let it be known that this girl has a medical issue over here that she can't do it, but I'm still going to eat it. So can you handle that?
I love that you're figuring out your way around it.
Yes. My other one, guys, everybody, if you know Tracey loves to dance. And when Tracey's just loud, you turn on any, most music, but anything with reggae or some soca type beat, Tracey's going to jump up for any order she's in, she's going to dance. But the funny thing is, I would get up and dance, but I still didn't know if my left side was moving. I would be dancing, and I wouldn't know until a family member or someone would record a video and play it back. And I'm like, oh, wait, I don't even know if my left side is moving like my right side, or this move that I think I'm doing in my head, I don't know if I'm quite doing it. So it took them to start recording videos or somebody else to just be like, yo, what it turns out to be is get out of our own head. Get out of our own head. The things I love to do, I still said I'm going to do it. I made sure I was around people that I was comfortable to tell them, hey, if I don't do it correctly, or if it doesn't look right, you're going to let me know. So I'm not just out there by myself. I'm not just out there by myself looking crazy.
So I hear part of your adaptations are, one, making sure you're still doing what you want to do. Mm-hmm. And how you do that is asking for help.
Yes.
Laughing.
Yeah, absolutely laughing.
And just figuring out a way around it.
Absolutely.
I love it.
It's this term that I learned just recently. I'm not going to say the real word they said. It says, flip it, just do it anyway. So it's flip it, just do it anyway. Instead of get out of our own heads. Don't think about how we're going to do it, when it's going to happen. Just do it anyway. So forget the thought. Just do it anyway. Forget the thought. Just do it anyway. Forget the what if. Just do it anyway. If we learn to live like that, forget where you are now. Just do it anyway. Put that in your head. I want to be here. You're going to get there. But we got to get out of our own way, guys.
Forget the what if. Just do it anyway.
And just do it anyway.
Tracey, you mentioned you live with both visible and invisible disabilities.
Oh, yes.
What visible and invisible disabilities do you manage?
I would say I'm 90% invisible disabilities. I totally look normal. I can move my hands. I'm a hand talker. And you would think, girl, there's nothing wrong with you. And then I'll turn around and say, hey, can you hand me that cup or hand me that? And you go to hand it to my left. I put the left down and grab it with the right. And they're like, why'd you do that? Because in reality, if you put it in my left hand, I may have it for that second because I'm looking at it. The moment I'm talking and doing something next thing, I don't know where it went because I can't feel it. So my brain has to detach itself from it. And literally, I'll just be like, anybody see my phone or anybody see anything that I may have in my left hand, it's over with. After 2 minutes, if I'm not the appropriate section of looking at it, one of those sensories, it's gone because there is no feeling in it. Yeah, like I had something in my hand last night. I'm like, I just had it. Where did it go? And somebody says, you just had it in your hand. I'm like, damn, I picked it up with my left hand. And I'm like, okay, so I must have put it down. So, but I laugh at it, guys. I'm just like, if it's something I really want to keep, you got to put on the right side or it's just going to be good.
It's your own game of hide and seek.
Invisible disabilities, which I've gotten a lot better with the emotional roller coasters of my mind. As for one, the aphasia, I'll have a thought in my head. I can't figure out how to say it, so it just gets stuck. But I quickly just use another word. Most people look at aphasia as not being able to speak, but mine is I can speak and I speak very fast, but I lose the thought of what I really want to say. Another one, as I'm doing now, I have not quite figured out, which it takes a lot of, well, actually it takes a lot of training for me to grasp when I'm talking for a duration of time, the air capacity to get. I still lack the strength on the left side of my vocal cord. So my air passage on the left, it's like, hey, child, we're out of air right now, but you're still talking because Tracey loves to talk. This voice that you have is really only the right vocal cord working. And the left one is like, hey, I'm trying to find my windpipe to get back up to expand the voice.
Wow. I've never heard that before. That's really interesting. Speaking of voice,
yes,
and quiet, in your story you mentioned, I keep moving because I like the noise. Then last fall, 5 years into recovery, the noise stopped. The silence was deafening, suffocating. Your story then goes on to talk about what you did to slow down. What's your relationship with silence now?
I love silence now. And the only reason I'm able to say that I love the silence now is because I had to learn how to live outside of my own mind and my thoughts to get to the point of silence. And what that means, if the easiest way for me to break that down is all of the things that I held inside, all the trauma, the depression, everything that I held inside and kept dark, I had to let it out. And I said 5 or 6 months ago, because guess what? Tracey came out in the light. And when I came out in the light, you were able to see Tracey, the joy bright. And it was perfect because then when I went back in on the days I didn't want to come out, I was able to do that. 6 months ago, that changed as I moved in with family. That you're dealing with and better on that side now has to come out loudly because you're in somebody else's space. As I looked at it, that's why I said in my story, looking on the outside, it was truly a blessing because I would not be able to sit here and feel so light. The silence has healed me. And it's healed me because it taught me to say, how are you helping other people, telling people, I'm trying to let you learn to love and live life again if you truly kept in the dark parts that kept you quiet. So you made the noise so you didn't have to listen to those thoughts and those quiet moments to say, hey, oh, it's called depression. Hey, it's called not having a good day. Hey, it's called, we don't know if your hand is going to work today. Everybody knows that Tracey loves to work out. My dark days will be, hey, my body is too tired and I can't go to the gym. People will be like, that's crazy. That's what you think about. But that's my joy, guys. That's what I want to do. My thing was I gave so much love. That yang side, that right, my yin was closed off and I didn't want to let you in. So with my yin being closed off, all I could give you was noise, noise, noise. That's the yang. Basically, it's like I was flooded with love that was taking over the yang to say, hey, we see you don't like yin to speak out, so we're going to give you more yin. We're going to give, even though you don't want to receive it. So it's like when you're flooded with something, you have no choice but to receive it and let it in. So when I began to see that, it was like, this is not a darkening. This is a brightening. This is, you're being flooded with this, so therefore you can let all that go and let us in.
So Tracey, when you moved in with your family, you no longer had your alone time. You no longer had your space. And when you had your down days that you didn't even want to work out, you were there in their presence and they just kept giving you love. So in a way, in their midst, you were able to calm yourself and be in silence. And you're saying you were more able to receive because they just kept loving you.
But when you take the term as letting us in, I let the love in, let the light out, which therefore that loudness that was inside of me and trying to clutter my mind of silence had to be shut down because it honestly wasn't true. So now the fact that I was able to let it go, let it out, speak about it. So there's a statement in the Bible that says, cry at night, comes joy in the morning. So basically I could translate that is all of that I was keeping inside. I wasn't truly letting my joy come out. And then once I had to sit in the open and say, hey, you got to let it out because you can't hide anymore. That awakened a whole new side of me that was light. And so now stepping into the unknown, the trauma of we don't know what's going to happen. Guess what? It's not for me to know. As I said in the beginning, I was brought up on faith. The faith is the unknown. That's how you get through life. And I live my life with the unknown. So how can I truly say I'm living my life on the unknown if I don't want to step in and deal with my silence? So the noise was my unknown. Now I embrace the unknown. Guess what, guys? I love the silence. The silence is like, the silence allows me to flow around without the next thought. You never know what the next thought is going to be.
Do you sit in silence daily?
My meditation, my quiet time is sitting in my car. I love to get in my car. I love to drive. I love to do things without the noise. If I get in my car now, how these cars are so fancy, the music turns on, I'm completely distraught. Like, oh my God, turn it off, because I love my silence. I love it. I love to hear my thoughts. It's a beautiful thing. I need my silence.
I love the silence. I feel like the silence is where the revelations come in for me. It's where the connections begin to happen.
But see, that's what I'm saying, Molly. That's why I like the noise, because I wasn't trying to face the revelation of what I was really going through. And being able to now sit in it and truly sit in it, it's a blessing. Like, how can I give and not allow myself to receive? And somebody had said to me a couple months ago, like, sounds like you're a hypocrite, because at any moment you'll give all. And we turn around and say, hey, can I give? You completely put up a wall and say, oh no, I don't need anything. They were like, that's not living at all. And I was like, huh? I said, but I was like, oh, dang, she stabbed me.
Stabbed you with wisdom.
Oh, she definitely stabbed me. And I was like, oh, Lord. And I had to tell her, thank you so much, because you definitely stabbed me. I was like, oh, now carry on. I just needed to give you that gift. And literally walked away just like that.
Wow. Sometimes those profound moments come with a simple statement, and then there has to be silence after for us to let that simple statement in, or to let our own minds and bodies ruminate on what has been said. So I think the silence is so profound.
It is. And I have to say this. And another way it was said to me, with me now sitting in the silence, I could be present in the moment. So understanding, before I liked the noise, so that I was never present, because the noise just clouded my thoughts, my mind, my everything, and it just kept me going. In order for me to truly heal, in order for anybody to truly accept and love and to engulf what's happening, we have to be able to sit in the present. But again, if you have all that noise, you would never be able to truly sit and to appreciate anything that you're going on, whether it's a thought, whether it's the thought of what's going to happen next, what you're about to do for the next step. If you cannot sit down, and I was talking to myself, and be quiet, how could you do that?
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing it, guys, at all.
Tracey, you sharing your story is an inspiration for me, and I'm sure for everyone you share your story with. Can you share a couple of inspirational stroke survivors that have motivated you in your recovery?
Tawny, Tawnie, Tawny, and she calls herself the Neuro Mermaid, as what she stepped into post-stroke. She is a 2-time brain aneurysm survivor, and just had her most recent one like 7 to 8 months ago now. Tawny's drive and passion for being an advocate for the community is a beautiful thing. Being an advocate for wanting everybody to learn to love and live life. Her ability to truly smile and to be vocal about everything that she's going through, to teach people that, hey, we want you to grasp it now so that you don't have to live how we live. She's 8 years post, I'm 5 years post. We feed off of each other like, hey, we want to be the advocate. We want to share our stories. We want to cry out loud with you. So you're not 5, 6, 8 years post and saying it. We want you to learn now. We want you to get it now. At year 1, at month 2, to say, hey, there's a community. You're not alone. You have somebody to share this with you, somebody to walk this through you, and to live outside of the box. Everything about her is beautiful.
You mentioned the community. Where do people find the community that you're talking about?
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, mainly on YouTube. I'm under Body Trace Fit. Tawny is Tawny, the Neuro Mermaid.
Body Trace Fit?
Yes.
And Tawny is
TAWNI, the Neuro Mermaid. There's so many beautiful people that I am inspired by, and I truly apologize that I can't think of your names off the top of my head, but you guys are all warriors and stroke survivors, so you know how our brain works.
Where do you find community?
Community on Instagram. So if you came to me, I will direct you to everybody, because everybody is for somebody. My loud, boisterous self may not be for you. So you might love Joe, who's definitely a lot quieter. You might love Greg, that is powerful and quiet. You might love Betty, as I always call her, the beautiful soul. So many people that you will find in this community.
Tracey, thank you. Tracey, you are clearly using your passions, your talents, your voice to connect people together, to help people live their purpose. You're offering space for hope.
Yes.
So Tracey, thank you so much for meeting with me over the past month or so. It's been really a pleasure for me to hear your story, to hear your passion, your humor, your drive. Thank you for sharing your personality and your heart.
Thank you. Molly, you have been wonderful. Molly keeps telling me thank you, but y'all got to understand, this has been great meeting her. She is just so beautiful. Listen, the words that I can't think, she comes up. It's just your gift. And I'm just going to say, I thank God for your gift. The gift that he's giving you, yes, we connect on other ways, but the gift that he's giving you to truly care for survivors and to help us speak, that is truly amazing. And it's a gift like no other, Molly. So I truly, on behalf of everybody that you encounter, I am saying thank you and God's grace be over you, because it's beautiful, truly.
Oh, thank you, Tracey. Thank you. In closing, we take a moment of pause. Tracey spoke about a moment of silence in her life. Stroke forces us to stop and look at life in a new way, a different way. It forces a new beginning on our lives, a new chapter, a new mindset, a new hope. May we take our moment of pause to see that which lies beyond, to see a future of connection, a future of purpose, a future of wisdom, and one of hope. May we use our lives to live our true values, and we give thanks.
Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke is made possible by our guests and tax-deductible donations from friends and listeners like you. Join us in empowering stroke survivors with stories of wisdom, purpose, connection, and hope at www.beyondstillness.org. Another way to support is to like, share, or subscribe to our weekly show. Again, thank you for devoting time and space for this week's episode of Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke.
Thank you for devoting time and space to listen to Part 2, Tracey Brown's interview. For the full story, please listen to Part 1, Tracey Brown's story. Each colorful memory creates a parable for life's greater teachings, a compass for journeys ahead, and inspired wisdom for unique growth. In this episode of Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke, we heard from guest Tracey Brown, who was a nutrition and fitness coach for 18 years before she suffered a stroke. Tracey shared her thoughts on the struggle with silence, accepting love, receiving help, and facing the unknown. Her story was entitled Moment of Silence. Again, thanks for listening. And remember, as part of the stroke community, you are more than supportive. You are inspirational.
If you are part of the stroke community and have a story you'd like to share on the show, please contact us. Email molly@beyondstillness.org.